Hi, guys. I know it's been a minute, but I have good reason. I like to not share about what's going on in my life on social media because I like to be hot and sexy and mysterious. And I like to, I don't know, it's not necessarily like I'm faking what I post on social media. I just withhold a lot of information. And I for 2024, I don't want to do that anymore. Not that I really owe anything to anyone or like, I'm doing it for myself because I want to share more of my life, basically. I don't have any reason for wanting to do that. I just want to do that. I I like how when it comes to sharing stories and sharing what you're going through and everything, um it like helps bring people together, and it helps like humanize you in a way, and kind of helps you not be as lonely or like be as alone as the human experience feels. And that's something I want to do more of for 2024. As you can tell by the title, I cannot handle change at all. And I feel like since moving to New York, I've been going through nothing but change after change after change. And it has been very difficult to get a hold of because I simply cannot handle change. Like, I can't. I am that one song by Roar, I think, whereas I can't handle change. Like, yeah, that's me. That's me. But um I guess I'll just, yeah, so I've decided I am going to drop out of graduate school. Um and I have my reasons, and I will get into them, but it's really interesting telling people that because the main reason I came to New York was for graduate school. Was not the main reason. It's like part of the reason. I came was for graduate school, and I spent the whole last year of my life trying to get everything together so I can make this transition as seamless as possible. Because, yes, I'm moving to a new city without my family, without my friends. I'm starting a new school that's like, it's not the same as when I went to the U of M for undergrad. And, I'm starting a whole new journey. Like, this is like chapter 2 of my life. And I made sure everything was together enough so by the time I get here, the transition will be a lot more smoother, and I would feel more comfortable with myself, with being alone, with, trying something new and all that stuff. But no matter how much I have planned and put together, nothing has gone according to plan. Nothing at all has gone according to plan. I swear to God. And when I make decisions for myself, especially really, really, really big decisions, I think of every single possibility because I am a Libra at the end of the day and I have anxiety. So it is only right that I consider all the things that could happen, all the things that I do want to happen, all the things that I don't want to happen, all the things that I think should happen. And I've basically spent the entire last year of my life figuring that out. And I've created to the conditions to where no matter what happens, I will be okay. Like mentally, physically, emotionally, like all of that, I will be okay because I'm following my plan. So I have housing because I'm in grad school. I'm taking classes that I want to take, and I'm in New York City, which is amazing. I had 2 friends who live up here. That's also amazing. And I'm like, I saved up money so I can move and, live up here without needing a job for a minute. And I was like, okay, everything is basically perfect. And it was perfect for honestly the first month. Just for the first month, everything was perfect. Like I was having literally the best time of my life. Like, I was hanging out with my friend Sky, who lives up here, and I was meeting a lot of people. I was going through to a bunch of functions and like being really social and stuff like that. And I was just having a really good time. I had nothing but free time. And then when classes started, I was excited. Everything was great. But then my apartment got broken into. And honestly, that changed the trajectory of the months that followed for the fucking worst. But when my apartment got broken into, it kind of removed the illusion that I have created for myself that everything would be okay no matter what because I had these things in place. And someone breaking into my apartment was not part of that plan. And I talked about it a little bit in the last video about how the person like only stole things from one person but went through everyone's rooms and like moved stuff around. And I don't know, it's very like violating to know that like some random man was in my room touching my things or whatever. And me and my roommates, we kind of had a hard time dealing with that, especially with the way the school was responding to that, because the break-in should have never happened in the first place. The school was not really doing a good job of like reimbursing us for like the emotional damage. Um, yeah, so my roommates ended up moving out, rightfully so. I was going to move out as well, but they couldn't find a room for me to go into because I have a single room. And during this time period, I kind of the reality that I painted for myself disappeared. I kind of like I don't know, I don't want to say that what I created for myself was like fake or whatever, and I had like a lens or whatever, but like what I did have was basically shattered because of how quickly things can change that are out of my control. Like when my apartment got broken into, it was right after my birthday, and my birthday also honestly wasn't really that good because I spent it alone. Well, my roommates were really sweet and they celebrated with me. I think I said that in the last video. But and so the way the school was handling it was not good at all, and it kind of showed how much the school just cares about money, which is like every school does, every institution does, every university does. But I thought maybe this school would be a little bit different because they do have more money, they do have more of a reputation, they do have more significant things about them that shows that they are for the people, that they are for the students, stuff like that, rather than like, when I was at my undergrad. So I thought that if something were to happen, the school would basically actually try to take care of the students and stuff like that. But they didn't at all. And that really put a damper on how I felt about attending the school, because I didn't want to, I moved my entire life to come up here to study here just for the school to basically not care at all when its students are in danger. And so I strongly considered transferring schools or just leaving the school altogether, because I didn't want to, waste my money in a place where I'm not cared about. And so all of October was honestly not a good month for me at all. With the break-in, it made me super, super anxious and kind of sparked my depression back up. And yeah, it was just a really, really hard time. I was still like hanging out with my friends and still going out and stuff, but when it came to doing actual academic stuff, I couldn't sit down and do my homework no matter how hard I tried. I missed so many classes. I missed almost a month of classes because I just couldn't bring myself to go on campus. Like it was really, really bad. And then once my roommates ended up moving out and it was just me by myself, everything kind of caved in a little bit. And I had never felt so alone before. And like I felt physically and mentally alone, and there was pretty much nothing that I could have done to prevent that. There was nothing I could have done to help that situation or anything like that. And yeah, it was just really, really hard. Around that time, I also met someone that I was seeing, um, and they were being really, really sweet about everything and very reassuring, um, when it came to the break in and me feeling anxious and all that stuff. And that kind of gave me a little bit more hope and stuff. And I would hang out with them and hang out with their friends and stuff. And I was like, okay, New York's not that bad. Like maybe it's just the school aspect that's really just ruining everything for me. So the person I was seeing is in art school, and I had went with them to their school's like gallery exhibition. No, gallery exhibit. I don't know what it's technically called. I don't know. Anyways, I went, and being there literally changed my life. It changed my life. It was only like a small building room. I don't know. It wasn't that big, but they had all the works of all the students and all that stuff. And just being in that environment really just sparked something in me. And I was just like, wow. And I was, even after I had went, I was thinking about that for like, I had went and took a walk. I walked around this entire block, which is insane because it took me a long time to get back around. I like walked on the side of the highway or whatever. Like I was walking, but while I was walking, I was thinking. And back when I first started college, at first I was going to major in art and fine art, but I don't know. Every ugh. I was going to major in fine art, but my parents wanted me to major in, I believe, graphic art or digital art. Um, and everyone was like, "Oh, digital art is the next big thing." Blah blah blah. I didn't do digital art. I drew and I painted, and ceramics. I wanted to do that, and I was so frustrated with everyone trying to tell me what to do that I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm not gonna major in art at all. Nobody's gonna be happy, and that's what I did. And I majored in philosophy instead, which I don't regret. I really, really, really love philosophy, and that really opened my mind to a lot of things that matter to me. But during my senior year, I took art classes because I had free time, and it really brought me back to my inner child and brought me back to 17-year-old me when I was really, really excited to, go to school for art. And yeah, it really gave me an opportunity to kind of delve into an alternate reality, basically, of like what life could have looked like if I did major in art instead of majoring in philosophy. And so now that I'm in New York and I was experiencing the break-in and experiencing the way the school was going about it, um, and going to that art show kind of made me realize what it was I really wanted to do, at least for school, and that is art. Art has always been my passion, ever since I was younger, and it has never stopped being a passion. I just, academia kills. It really, really does. And philosophy is definitely on that side of academia where it feels very restrictive, especially when you are at a institution that doesn't have a big humanities side, a big humanities department. So I thought that when I go to grad school, I can experience the things that I wasn't able to experience when I was in undergrad when it came to humanities, because my graduate school is a liberal studies school. Is it? Actually, I don't know if it is, but they do have like a school of liberal studies there. And actually, I don't know if it is, but no, I think it is. I don't know. But I believe it is. So I thought that I was going to come here and get the experience of a lifetime that I wasn't able to get when I was in Memphis. Only for me to come here and the classes that are being offered are not interesting to me at all. I'm getting my degree in liberal studies, which means that I'm able to take classes in any department. But the departments that they're offering, the classes kind of suck. The classes kind of suck. And the classes I was taking last semester, I wasn't feeling passionate about any of them besides my gender and sexualities class. So that paired with the break-in, paired with the school not caring, paired with me finally realizing what it is I actually want to do for myself in this moment with art school, I was like, you know what? I'm going to drop out and go to art school instead. And that's what I decided. And honestly, I'm very proud of myself for making that realization, because I feel like, especially when it comes to school and being a young adult and trying to figure out what to do next after you get out of college, it's so extremely difficult, and you feel like you need to continue on the path that you started. So the path that I started was being a philosophy major in college, and it's like, okay, now I'm going to go on and expand to that in more school, because that's all that I know. That's the only routine that I'm able to kind of work with. And so that's basically what I was going to do. And then I realized I got here and I realized there's so much more. Like, I don't have to I don't have to continue on the same path. I have so many more opportunities and things that I can do here in this city than I had in Memphis. And I want to be able to take those opportunities and make something for myself with it. And that opportunity that I'm looking at right now is art school. And so I found a few different programs that I've been considering, and starting next fall, I will be an art student. As far as me staying in this school, I'm only staying in this school for this semester just so I can have housing. I am looking for like different apartments and stuff like that, but my budget is like extremely, extremely low. I only work part-time, so I can only do so much. And my idea is that by the time the summertime gets here, I would have saved up enough money that I have enough for like a deposit, down payment, or whatever the fuck they call it for apartments, and I'll be able to move, have housing, and then I can go on to what really makes me happy. And I said all of that to say that I have not been feeling fulfilled. I haven't felt like life has been enjoyable as of lately, and I don't want to exist in an environment where I am not happy, in an environment where I feel like my time is being wasted, in an environment where I feel like my energy is being sucked out of me, and that's what I've been feeling the last few months. It started with the break-in, and then I was supposed to reconnect with my ex. We was going to be friends because they stay up here. I mean, we've been... Not going to go into it, but we dated for a year and a half, and then we had a situationship for like the next year. And then they ended things and was like, you know what, we could just be friends. So I'm like, okay, I'll talk to you when I get up here and we'll be like friends. And so I was really excited for that, because they are a very important person to me, and they've been there through so many monumental things in my life. And I was just excited to be able to, get to see them in person, because we were long distance. So when I got here, that didn't happen. I felt like I got my hopes up, because that was like an important friend that I wanted to have, especially while going through this journey of, being in a new environment and everything. At least I would have something familiar, and I didn't have that. So that was very, very disheartening, and honestly a really, really hard thing to go through, especially because I don't have any close friends here, and I'm missing home, I'm missing family, I'm missing my best friend, and I'm missing the things that I'm used to. And at least in the new city, I'll have, one person, And so it was really disheartening because I value friendships so much, and it's very hard for me to find people that I feel close with, and I thought that they would be that person, but they're not, and it sucks a lot. Honestly, I've been very bummed out and sad about it for like months, and still I haven't been able to let them go yet. That's definitely a hard thing to do, but that's also part of the reason why I haven't been feeling fulfilled, is because friends have been really hard to come by, and just having a community, especially while I'm going through all these very transitional moments, that has been very hard to deal with. And also the person that I was seeing, they basically broke up with me. So that did not help literally at all. That just really added fuel to the fire and really messed with my brain. But it's okay. It's okay. I have so much faith and so much hope that I can make this experience the best thing that it can be for myself. And I know that that is what's going to happen, because it is my life. Like, I will literally make this life that I'm living so great and amazing, because why would I exist? Why would I exist in a world, in a life that I'm not, being fulfilled, that I'm not enjoying, that I'm not happy? So I'm doing everything in my power to create that for myself. And I decided that by moving up here, and now that I'm here, I'm still deciding that. And, change is really hard, and it's really hard for me to deal with. And I feel like I've gone through so many changes in the last like 6 months, with trying to decide what I want to do for my life, and realizing what I want to do, and then realizing, oh, things don't have to be so black and white. Then realizing, oh, I can actually take life a little slow. It's been so hard and so difficult, but I am very proud of myself for being able to do this for myself, despite all the things that I've been going through since being up here. And yeah, I'm slowly making strides to making everything better for myself. So I started therapy. Hell yeah. I went to the doctor for the first time. Hell yeah. I went to the dentist for the first time since I was like in elementary school. Hell yeah. I went to gynecologist for the first time. Hell yeah. I'm literally on track to making everything better for myself. I just need to be patient. I just need to be patient and just try to enjoy every day that I have. And that's where I'm at right now. I have been incredibly sad and depressed and anxious, and it's been so difficult to even be able to sit in front of this camera and just say all of that, because I feel like I should have everything together. I feel like things should work the way that I want them to work. And the fact that nothing is working the way that I want it to work almost makes me want to go back in time to when I was a junior, when I was a senior, when everything was normal, and I would hang out with the few friends that I had, and I would talk to my ex all day, and I would feel super stimulated and happy in my classes and stuff like that, because everything was so normal. And now it's like I'm grasping at straws trying to find what's normal for me. And I'm just young and in my 20s, going through changes, and it sucks. It sucks so much, but I'm not going to give up yet. I want to so bad. I've had many mental breakdowns in the last month, since January has started. Oh my God. I've cried so much, and I've never felt so alone. And all I want is just a hug. I want a hug so bad. But it's okay, because I know that there are greater things out there, and I wasn't put on this earth just to, come here and experience everything that I want go down the drain. Yeah. Mark my words. Mark my words. Everything that I want out of this life will happen because it literally has no choice but to happen because I want it to happen. You feel me? Exactly. Anyways, that's also why I haven't posted in a while. I've been really depressed. But it's okay. I'm figuring things out slowly. It's very hard, and having to do everything on my own without any help is really, really difficult. And I just feel like a 24-year-old teenage girl